What's up guys, I'm Sean from Srkcycles. This is 5 awesome cafe racer motorcycles that you guys can get for under $5,000. The reason I'm making this list is because I'm so sick and tired of people hacking up their import bikes and their whatever bikes in the pursuit of trying to make one of these bikes. Let's get to it. Here's the first one. So anytime you have a cafe racer list, you have to have the BONNEVILLE on that list. And it's interesting about the BONNEVILLE, it's one of those motorcycles that most private individuals think it's worth more than they actually are. In many cases, you can find newer ones with less miles for sale at a dealership for cheaper than what you would find someone selling an older one with higher miles privately for. Triumph is a British company that has kept its classic design for the past 60 years, and they have no intentions of changing it other than do some modern improvements just to keep up with the times. Now when you see a BONNEVILLE, you know it's a BONNEVILLE. BONNEVILLE is named after the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, where racers would go and see how fast they could get their bikes in attempts to break world speed records. The modern BONNEVILLE is an 865cc parallel twin and is a good bike for new riders also. Now of course the BONNEVILLE started as a carbureted machine, but in the more recent years they went to fuel injection. They still have a fake carburetor on the bike to give you that classic look. And the best thing about them is that one of these modern classics can be had for less than $5,000. The next motorcycle on the list might be a little surprising to you. This was made back in 2000, and Kawasaki made a W650. They more recently made a newer version called the W800. Let's just call this bike what it is. It's Kawasaki making a motorcycle to look exactly like a BONNEVILLE. And to be honest with you, it looks more like a classic 60s BONNEVILLE than the new Triumphs do. These are rare and getting harder to find, but when you do find them, you can get them for less than $5,000. Now, why would someone buy a bike like this? Well, as reliable as the Triumphs are, Kawasaki has a reputation for being more reliable. And chances are, if you're riding one of these, you're probably the only guy out there with one. All right, the third one is, I got 2 words for you: Royal Enfield. Now, all the Royal Enfields that you see on the market today are actually produced in India. And India is one of the largest motorcycle manufacturing countries in the world. They actually surpassed China recently. In the 1960s, India needed a motorcycle to patrol their borders. So they acquired the tools and licensing to build 800 Royal Enfield motorcycles and then continued making them and selling them. The Royal Enfields that are made in India have a pretty good reputation for being simple, reliable bikes. A lot of them can even be bought for less than $5,000 brand new, which I actually plan on doing sometime soon to put it through its paces. Whether you were looking at the GT650 or the Classic 500 or their adventure bike, the Himalayan, which MSRP is $4,700. These are really great looking bikes. This next one is by far my favorite on the list because I had recently fallen in love with one. It's an Italian company and it's pronounced Moto GUZZI. And when you say it, you have to believe that you're superior to the people around you who don't know how to say it properly. But we're not just talking about any Moto GUZZI. We're talking about the V7. Now the V7 comes in a lot of different flavors. You got the V7 Stone, the V7 Racer, the V7 Carbon, the V7 Storm Mellow, you got the V7 Special, the V7 Milano, the V7 Stone Night Pack. There's probably a couple more I didn't even know about. But all these bikes are basically the same thing and just mild changes like the paint schemes and frame colors and tank colors and stuff like that. But they all have the transverse V-twin 744cc motor, and it is a blast to drive. It's not incredibly fast and it's not going to pull your arms off, but there's something very unique and special about the way that motor feels. It puts a smile on your face every time you just think about it. Now if you look hard enough and for long enough, you can find these bikes for less than $5,000. My personal favorite is one that we just got in that's not less than $5,000, but it's a V7 Racer with the chrome tank and the red frame, and it is a beautiful motorcycle. Now I started this list with a Triumph, and it'd be wrong for me to end this list not with another Triumph. You can't leave out the Triumph THRUXTON. The THRUXTON is the sportier and more aggressive, ergonomic version of the BONNEVILLE, and it's an all-around great machine that you can grab for less than $5,000 if you know where to look. Guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Srkcycles.com to see what kind of cool bikes we have in stock. And when you subscribe, hit the notification tab so you get notified when a new video comes out.